just played Final Fantasy X as well.
Oh, you finished
like
it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was
Hell
really fun.
yeah,
It
dude.
was so fucking fun.
Yeah, it's such a good
How's it rank on the Final Fantasy rankings?
Oh, man, I've been thinking about
Don't
this
worry.
so much.
Anything you say, someone's going to disagree with.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it so much. You haven't played any of them, have you? Have you
Only
played?
Final Fantasy 16?
The newest one.
The newest one.
16, yeah.
And you've played...
I played all of them except for 11, the MMO, and 14.
So you've played like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I've played all of them, yeah.
What? What the
But
fuck?
I grew up with the series because
Right,
my cousin is like a huge Final Fantasy nerd.
So 10 is like the first time in Final Fantasy where they had like voice acting. And and I think that's like out of the 42 hours of story, 10 hours of cutscenes. It's quite a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah.
And the cinematics to this day look fucking
They look
incredible.
amazing. Yeah,
They're so good.
they held up so well. Phenomenal game. Loved it. Like the story, I cried at the end because it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I really, really liked the story. And it was nice to have a Final Fantasy story that wasn't stupidly convoluted. It was probably one of the least convoluted Final Fantasy stories.
Probably.
Which
yeah.
doesn't say a whole lot. Because
Yeah.
like, look, I fucking love the Final Fantasy games and I've loved it. But we have to admit as Final Fantasy fans that the stories, sometimes they're a bit weird.
Yeah, they do, most...
JRPG fans. I don't think it's a Final Fantasy thing. I think it's a lot of JRPGs.
But I feel Final Fantasy especially, like most, if not all mainline Final Fantasy games, if we're going with a straight line of the story, it's just kill God.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just like, all right, so here's the kill God ending, here's the beginning of the story, and we're just gonna fucking like go around as many times as possible.
It's like there's so much. And there's always like a part in these games often where there's one big plot twist that reveals a bunch of information of like, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I do like how 10 though is like kind of just like the...
It's like the least weird out of all of the
weird.
stories. It's like there is some aspect of it that's a little odd or unusual, but like it never felt like it was getting away from what the story was trying to tell. And I really enjoyed that. I think looking back, it was definitely a lot more linear than the other games. You don't get to like explore as much. It's go here, go here, go here.
Did you enjoy playing Blitzball?
Fucking hate Blizzard. It fucking sucks.
It's everyone's least favorite part of the game.
Everyone was like, you just need to learn the rules. I'm like, the rules are fucking dumb.
Yeah, they're
I don't
so
want to fucking
dumb.
learn the rules.
It's the worst part of
Fucking
10.
Blitzball fucking sucks.
All I remember about Blitzball was my cousin complaining because I've never played Final
fucking
Fantasy X.
sucks, bro.
Yeah.
But my cousin complained about playing it every time it
Everyone
came on.
does. Everyone does.
I only played it the one time I had to, and I didn't touch it again. So I'm not doing this. I'm not doing
No,
this.
you're
This is-
psychotic if you willingly play Blitzball in that game.
Best battle system, I think, in Final Fantasy yet.
Yep.
From 6 to 10 that I played. I think it was my favorite one. The battle system was phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely like cleaned up a lot from 7 and 8.
I don't know why, but I still think I like 9 and 6 a bit more.
Okay.
But I think 10 story-wise might be my favorite story.
Yeah, 10 is definitely a crowd favorite.
I think
Yeah. 7, 9, and 10 are the crowd favorites.
Dude, the more I think about 6, the more I think like 6 was kind of peak. 6 was kind of like amazing.
I'm telling you, bro, 6 is peak.
Dude, there's the boss battle in 6 that is just so fucking good.
The Kefka one?
Yeah, it's fucking
my God.
godlike.
And Dancing Mad is one of the greatest boss themes ever created. It's so good. I'm so glad you like that.
That was the one thing I was kind of disappointed with in 10. Sorry, go on. I'll wrap up in a second.
No.
I feel bad.
It's fine.
I feel like a lot of Final Fantasies and JRPGs, I feel like the final boss fight matters so much.
Yes.
In like how the story wraps up.
Yeah.
And more importantly, how like the mechanics of the boss fight. Like what is the boss's like main way of fighting you? So in 6, it's like 4 stages of fucking more intense. It gets really hard and it's an amazing challenge. And there's no crazy mechanic way to do certain things. He just fucking kills you fast.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
And in 7, you have the Sephiroth fight, which is amazing, and the fucking animations, and it's so good.
Yep.
8, I forgot the one in 8, I'll be honest. No, 8 had like the fucking, it's the school, you fight that, like 7 stages. It's ridiculous. It's so long. There's so many stages to the fight.
I don't remember the 8
You
final
fight that
boss.
woman thing. I forgot what it was. It's been a while now.
Yeah, it's been a while for me as
And
well.
then 9 is like, The 9 final boss fight. And then 10 was like, okay, look, we have the best fucking boss fight theme.
Yeah.
But the mechanics of the boss fight kind of suck.
9 is definitely the journey is more important than the destination, I feel.
Yeah, because the final villain in 9 sucks.
Yeah. It wasn't very memorable for sure.
But everything else about 9 was like the best in a Final Fantasy game.
I agree.
But yeah,
9 is so
sorry. Final Fantasy rant over. 10 was amazing.
Hell yeah.
There's still not a single Final Fantasy game that I haven't loved and really enjoyed.
So you've played, what, 6, 7,
6
8?
to 10.
6 to 10.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do.
Are you gonna do 10 too, or you not? You done with 10?
I don't know. It seems kind of
10
bad.
2 is contentious.
Yeah, it seems kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Girls'
wasn't
night.
a huge fan of 10 2.
Yeah.
That's long.
It is long.
Yeah.
It's long.
Well, it's also not as good as 10.
No.
Yeah.
I already know it's not. I can tell.
It's not.
I was even gonna do.
Okay. Are there any other highly beloved Final Fantasies after 10? Because I feel like, from my perspective, being an outsider,
yeah.
like
No.
people talked about 6, 7, 8, no,
Yeah,
7, 8, 9,
6 to 10 was like the generational
Yeah,
run
yeah.
for
Everyone was,
Final
and
Fantasy.
then
Yeah, the
afterwards,
generational run.
and then afterwards, after 10, everyone was kind of like, it's just not hitting as
because
much.
I asked Pete about this. Pete is like the lore master of all of this because
Yeah.
he played all of them and was like present. He was telling me that 11 was like an MMO. Kind of,
Yeah, 11 was an MMO,
and it was
Right.
bad.
which is why I didn't play it.
And 12 was like an offline MMO where it was like it was basically an MMO but solo.
Yeah, well, 12 I feel, especially recently, has
Yeah.
started getting its praises again, especially
yeah.
with the remake, the Zodiac Age. That was a really good game. It's a bit different from like the mainline Final Fantasies, but
Yeah.
still a really good game.
Yeah.
And then we got 13, which a lot of people...
Always Simulator. That's
yeah,
what I
a
hear.
lot of people
Yeah.
absolutely hated it. I don't think 13 was as bad as people made it out to be.
I think people just didn't like how linear it was.
It
for a
was
Final
quite
Fantasy game.
linear, and also the thing with 13 was that it was such a linear story, and then right basically like before the final boss fight, it's like, okay, here's an open world.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, I don't want to go through the open world. I just want to go and beat the final boss because I've already played this game for 50 fucking hours.
Yeah.
I don't have time or energy to explore an open world after all this time.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I don't think 13 was as bad as people made it out to be. 13-2 and Lightning Returns suck. And I will die on that hill.
3 games about that game. And then 14 was the
14 was the MMO.
MMO,
15 was just Sausage Fest, the game.
which people didn't really like that game much. in
I
hindsight.
didn't like 15 much.
I tried playing 15.
yeah, I finished it, but it wasn't that memorable. Or great.
No one has anything super positive to say about that game. Everyone's always like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It had potential, but I just feel
I
like...
just like the idea of the open world Final Fantasy. That's why I got in, and that's
Yeah.
when it kind of like switched to semi-turn-based instead of like being
Yeah,
truly
and then the
turn-based.
story of 15 was just kind of
and 16,
whatever.
yeah.
And then 16 was also just like, it was fine.
You know what? I used to not like turn-based, but now I've like turned
turn-based.
around, and
I like
now
turn-based.
I fucking love turn-based.
Hell yeah, turn-based is where it's at.
Yeah,
I mean, playing like Chrono Trigger in 6, you're just like, damn, this fucking
Yeah.
works.
Well,
This is
you've turned
amazing.
around to it because you've literally played the peak
Yeah,
of
the
the
two
turn-based
best.
games.
Yeah, the two best.
well, the thing is, what I've figured out about turn-based is that I have it sounds counterintuitive, but I have the most fun if I figure out how to make the game trivial.
Yeah,
I don't know if you understand what I mean, but if you figure out, you sit down and you figure out the perfect fucking build, right? And then it might take you like an hour or two. You sit down, you like this build sounds kind of broken, and then you try it out and it actually works. And then it kind of like trivializes so much of the game. But for that first fucking bit when you're like, holy shit, I am a god for figuring this out. Because I remember in the Trail series, I figured out what I now have understand is what's called a dodge tank build, because there was just like some enemies that would just like fucking one-shot my entire party. I was like, how the fuck do I get past this boss? How do I do this?
Yeah.
And then I figured out this build where one of my characters would have like close to 100% evasiveness. It would be like a very, very high percentage.
Yeah.
And then you give him like a taunt as well. And then you're like, this
Oh,
is,
you can't die.
I'm a god. I am
Yeah.
a god. This
Nothing
just
can
means
stop me.
this just means that he is a tank. He basically gets one shot if he gets hit. If that 10% of the time
Yeah.
when the evasive doesn't work. But you're like, when I figured that out, I was like, holy shit, I'm a fucking god. This feels so amazing. They made the rest of the game easy, but for like that first bit, it was a fucking amazing
Yeah,
feeling.
for sure. I would say, to end off the Final Fantasy talk, Connor, I would say personally, I don't know if Pete will agree with me on this, but I'd say the only other Final Fantasy mainline game you should probably give a try is 4.
Yeah, everyone says 4.
Yeah,
Everyone says
because
4.
the 4 story is fantastic. Definitely not as good as 6, but still a really, really solid entry.
Yeah, I
Would you
wanna
ever
do
do other JRPGs?
When you play
Outside of
Persona,
Final
bro.
Fantasy?
What?
When you playing Persona, bro.
Dude, I hated the Persona thing. I didn't like was the whole like oh, go do nothing, lie down for 2 hours, go to Shiba Station, go home, do nothing. I was like, what is with this?
No, you never do nothing, man.
Yeah, you're always doing something.
Final Fantasy, it's always moving. Something's always happening. You're moving the story along, and like, someone dies here, you're like, you recruit this guy to your party. Like, oh shit. Whereas
that's the same thing in Persona.
Like, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
Persona
go to
is-
bed. Dun,
Yeah,
and then it's
Persona
like,
is like, hey, I'm gonna go out. And, in the case of Persona 5, it's like I'm gonna go out, go see my friend in Shibuya, get a little bit friendlier with him so that he can help me out in the next battle.
Yeah.
That's what's up. It's exactly the same. It's grinding, but not grinding.
they gotta cut down on the time, bro. The time is ridiculous.
Nah.
Were you not saying that like Persona 3 Reloaded was like a bit long?
Okay, Reloaded was a bit long.
Reload was longer because it had more cutscenes.
That's the only reason.
I would say so.
That's cope.
I'd say what was the perfect pace game actually was Metaphor, even though that was like
Yeah, 64 hours.
Yeah.
Not bad.
not bad. Not bad.
Bro, that's a work week.
That's one amazing work.
Bro, I mean,
What's Metaphor? What's Metaphor?
I think Metaphor's around the same.
Probably. I beat Metaphor
Because I thought
in
Metaphor was a
80
perfectly
hours.
paced game.
Yeah, 80 to 90 hours. Yeah, I beat in 80.
Yeah, 60 to 70.
60, 70.
Yeah.
60, 70. But I thought out of like Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5, Metaphor, I thought had no point did it ever like drag or have a point
I
where I'm
agree.
like, I don't think this is important for the
How
story.
the fuck are they casually dropping so many 60, 70 hour games?
Because they're the goat.
Like, I feel
Atlas are the goats, that's why.
yeah, like where did this come from? No one spoke about this game, and it just came out, and everyone like, yeah, 70 hour game.
Yeah.
Someone had put in
Not
this
only
work.
70-hour game, but I dare say one of the best JRPGs that's come out in a long time.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's-
yeah,
they keep cooking.
I don't know. I've been enjoying JRPGs. I don't know what to go next. I know that I think I will end up playing Tactics because Pete really wants me
Oh,
to.
Tactics is so
And I heard
good.
the story's phenomenal.
Very good, very good.
But the gameplay obviously is kind of a lot less fun.
more like
to
Fire
watch.
Emblem.
Elden Ring?
I got to do the DLC. Yeah, I got to do the DLC.
I got to do that as well.
I got to do it. I got to do it. I will do it. I will do it eventually. Got to get around to it. But 10 was peak, so I wanted to play 10. And
How long did it take you to beat?
40 hours.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have speed up, though?
Yeah, I had the speed up mod.
okay, yeah,
Well, 'cause
that
I felt
helps.
like grinding. 'cause I
Yeah,
was like,
that
yeah,
helps.
yeah.
That helps a lot.
Oh, and I turned on. So, I do think there are some things in older JRPGs, or even now they do it as well too, where they make certain game design choices that force you to grind. And I mean, Pokemon figured this out a while ago. It's just kind of annoying to have to keep swapping your Pokemon out.
Yep.
And it just adds time. And I don't think anyone enjoys doing it.
No.
And so in that Final Fantasy, to level up the characters, you have to keep swapping them in,
Yeah.
which is so fucking annoying to do. And then in this mod, you could just turn on that everyone gets the XP.
Oh,
and so I
okay.
just turned that on, and it made it so much more fun.
Well, yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is great. Now I don't have to consciously grind nearly as much.
But now you just shaved off like 10 hours of the game.
I think more.
Yeah, it would have.
You probably shaved like 20 hours.
Yeah.
With the speed up, it would have saved like a crazy amount. I would have had to make more inputs, which I don't.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to do
is
this
just-
anyway. Yeah.
Up, down, and A.
And people are like, oh, you're cheating, and it's like, bro, what do you want out of this?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Do you want to
this
watch me
game
grind for 20 hours?
Yeah. Like, dude, what do you like? I don't understand why you want to grind.
Yeah.
Like, I think like there are certain like we're going through the story and the game's quite linear. Why would you want a part of the game we have to stop for 5 hours and fight the
Especially
same
on
mob?
stream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I enjoyed
I
it
agree.
a lot more. That I kind of
Hell yeah.
went to go through it.
You still playing Monster Hunter?
I have been kind of on and off. But I just haven't really had the time this month, unfortunately, to like actually sit down. Because like, it's fine to play single player and everything. And especially now with this one, you can just like enter a random online lobby and just play with randos. But I want to play with friends. So like if my friends are not on, then I don't really want to like hop on and do anything. And
Yeah.
it's just, everyone's time schedules are different and all that. So I haven't been playing it recently, but my God, it's such a good game. It's so fucking good. Also, the story is like trivial.
It's trivial.
It's like Monster Hunter. No one's ever really cared about the story for Monster
I
Hunter.
did skip through a lot of the cutscenes.
I skipped through all of them.
Yeah.
And my friend, I sat down with him to play. He played Monster Hunter. I think it was for like the first time, and I was just like, bro, don't even worry about the story. Just skip it, and I'll help you.
I'm
with
here
all
for
the-
hunting monsters.
Yeah, I'm here to hunt monsters. He beat the story in less than 2 hours.
What?
If you skip all the cutscenes and just do the fights, it's like literally 2-3 hours.
Oh, right, because then you get to the part of the game where you...
The actual part of the game.
the actual game.
Yeah. Because like the story's just there to kind of set up the world. And then once the story is done...
You monster hunt.
Then the real game actually begins.
Title card, monster hunt.
Title card Monster Hunter is like, now you can play the game. It's a 2 to 3 hour tutorial, basically.
I played it for about 4 hours. I played a little bit offline.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot more than the last one I played.
Oh, yeah.
Did you play Monster Hunter Worlds
Worlds.
before? Which one's the last one?
Might have been Rise.
Rise was the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been Rise.
Yeah.
But I liked that I wasn't having to... The one thing I didn't like about Monster Hunter for a while was even when you start off the game, you often had to fight the same monster 3 times right away.
Yeah.
Which is like, why am I fighting the same... Final Fantasy doesn't make me fight the same fucking boss 3 times in a row. You know, like, I understand later on you need to grind, and that's part of the game, but I found it weird that they made you grind so early on.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Don't you want to show off how sick the game is?
That's what I liked about Worlds.
In this one, yeah.
With the Wilds, yeah.
You just... And Wild's great. I only had to refight a boss when I wanted to.
Yeah.
When I was like, oh, I actually want
when
this
I needed
clothes.
a new fit.
Yeah, when I wanted like the Ezio Assassin's Creed fit, I had to go and kill the spider 3 times.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind because I was like, okay, good. And this boss fight is not like 19 hours long.
Yeah.
So it was,
You're limited to 30
quite
minutes,
fun.
so.
Yeah, and I obviously later on when I'm like 30, 40 hours in, I'm gonna want those big 50-minute fucking chase fest where I gotta like actually think. But like when you get in the game, I'm like, okay, I just want a nice linear. Like, let me get into it. Let me learn the mechanics.
Totally.
Yep.
Don't make me fight the same fucking boss 3 times in a row. So I'm glad. I'm really. It was a lot more fun.
Yeah. I'm also like taking my time with it as well because it's not really a game that you want to like rush anyway. Because again, it's especially after you finish the story and you actually get into the meat of the game. It's like it's a constant thing of like, all right, hop on, kill a couple of monsters, gather the materials, blah blah blah. And then I think they also like do like event quests and stuff like that now. So it's literally like weekly missions and stuff like that they post onto the game.
Yeah.
So it forces you to kind of take your time with the game as well. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I just haven't really been playing a lot of games these past couple of weeks. I've just been going out doing stuff, which is the worst time to go out because my hay fever has just been fucking going AWOL.
You're like honking away over there.
Yeah, I'm so fucking blocked up. It's not even funny. So I'm really glad I have this
amazing.
now.
Because it smells so good.
It actually it helps me so much.
Oh my god!
This is what I smelled as a kid instead
How long
of
does this
paint.
last?
Oh, quite a while.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yeah, just shove it in my nose, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This
Being an
shit's
adult
so
is
good.
so weird because I get so fucking excited about this, and then like you could give me like I don't know some like a genuine like expensive gift. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. It's like,
Yo. Yeah, because I asked Maylin if she wanted anything from like Southeast
She wanted
Asia.
this.
She was like, "Give me the smelly things. Give me the fucking smelly things."